Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1. Never mind. I was about to whistle, but never mind. Welcome back to an exciting episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney in Spirit of Justice. In the previous episode, we went straight away into trial without investigation. I didn't realize that at all. But it's all about a comedic theater. A guy died with no weapons at all, strangled to death, or some way of dying. And the guy who owns a soba shop, a noodle store, whatever, he was accused of murder, and now we're here. So let's see what happens.
Hello everyone, I'm here to represent the Toniedo school with a twisty twist.
Can you please take off your nose, though?
And balloon! There you have it, a stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Geiru Toniedo. Just call me Geiru, sweetie. 1, 2...
What a word to capture audience attention! And to bring back that old theme song too. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons.
Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor.
Really? What are we looking at?
Oh, Mr. Judge, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club, pretty please?
Oh, absolutely!
And please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Geiru, I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master. Of course I'm sad. But Shisho would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness, smile, while I twist.
Shisho, the master.
And balloon, there you have it. One gorgeous cake. I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gonna do. The balloon's art worse than Roscotch tests. All I saw was a severed monster head. A severed monster head. Geiru, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school? Well, my father, my late father that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the Toniedo school to be just like my daddy someday. I see. My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky went. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible.
Your distress is extremely understandable, and my condolences for your loss.
And not only that, but You have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you?
He hates clowns.
He says the smell of perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Like, how can he say that? This is a great scent!
How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Geiru's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember?
It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Geiru, please share the truth with this court. Never mind, I said stare for some reason. Yes, Geiru, your testimony, please. Before the murder was discovered.
From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20.
Ah, come on, what's with 4:20 here and there? There's Capcom supporting it.
When Shisho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Toniedo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was barking like mad.
The dog. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness testimony? Kiss, make up your bloody mind, sad monk, son body. First you exercise me, now this.
You need only do as you were instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul. Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Sadmati, and I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There's a passage in the sacred scriptures of Kunainism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. Oh, you're just making that up. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell.
Ha 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 ha! He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Dono.
Well, I won't let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm not an experienced spring chick.
You're an egg yolk.
Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness.
I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadmati see as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow you to cross-examination, so you better strike with the iron. It's hot.
Here we go.
Cross-examination. The first part is that last scene right there. It's the thing that got to my mind.
From 4 p.m. to a little late 4:20 when Fish was bound, Seaman and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room, where I know why. Before Toniedo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while. We're gonna add this one to the statement because we have no idea who that is. Jugemu? That's my doggy! I keep him at the theater. Let's see.
Oh, please don't tell me it's a freaking...
And Bloon! There you have it, my cute little Jugemu. He's kinda creepy looking. Oh, but he's a really good boy. And why Jugemu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we have a new suspect in the case. Now why was he barking again? Oh, I remember, because it was a time for me to feed him. So I went to his yard and gave him some food. Could somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? Nope. The door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went into the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, calm down to the stand for a sec, please.
Huh. How many times must I do this?
You saw what Geiru was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before?
Huh. I can't be expected to remember every minute detail.
Well, I remembered then. Now, please. Did Geiru go out into the yard?
Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Jugemu, and I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well.
Do you recall anything else?
It looked as though she were feeding a dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Jugemu couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in the corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember.
Seven stated updated to the court record. It looks like Geiru was telling the truth. Your Honor, I like Geiru's last statement added to their testimony.
As you wish, defense.
This is the last part, right? I was in the yard.
Hold it!
You know what this means, right, Geiru? You weren't in the hallway the entire time after all, were you? Well, okay, so I did go out to the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time. The door was open, so she couldn't see. The door was open, so she could still see the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, I need you
again. What am I, your lady in waiting?
Do you remember anything about the time Geiru was in the yard? Are we back at this again? Thank you. I didn't really need to hear about the dog again, though. When I finished feeding Jugemu, I returned to the hallway. And then I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it. Okay, so around the time of the murder, Geiru and Cinnamon were hanging out just outside the dressing room. Guess I'm going to have to find a flaw in there somehow if I want to get anywhere.
Let's figure this out! Let's figure this out, because I have no idea what to do. This is the diagram, the yard's right there. If those two are... If they're right here, per se in the story... Oh, I see, the yard would be right here. Dog's right there. Feeding time was right here. And you could see through the window there. Huh. What do we got? The crime took place. The victim was making soba noodles from scratch in the dressing room. The room is carved. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge. Time of death 2 p.m., 5 p.m. Cause of death, suffocation. Nothing was found in the lungs. Soba deed. Inside the envelope was a ticket to a show and a letter. Blah blah. Master Toniedo was confirmed alive at 4 p.m. Wright entered the room at 4:10 and left after 4:20. Toniedo discovered the victim's body upon entering the room after Bucky left. Ah, I forgot to turn on the timer again. Great. Discovered the victim's body. Before Bucky came to the theater, Geiru was outside feeding her dog a number of dumplings. Dog buried his leftovers to the yard. All I can do now is just press to see what I can find. So let's figure it out. 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, isn't it? Oh great, he's back.
Oh yeah, you can, can't you? See?
Guess what really can we do? Simon and I were staying in the hallway, in front of the dressing room.
Hold it!
The fact that the 2 of you were there in the front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right? Of course! Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something? No, of course not. I saw everything I tell you. Fine, so you say anyway, but did you really? Before Nia discovered the body, the only one who had gone there was Bucky. Only the defendant and Toniedo entered around the time of the murder. That's right. That's why it must have been Bucky who killed the poor Shisho. Let's take a deep breath, okay, Geiru? So not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time? I already told you over and over, didn't I? There was nobody else. I must apologize on the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of spring of a chick. Please overlook her transgression as best you can. Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie. Hey, who are you calling a bird brain, buddy?
Okay, what inconsistency can we find? Before discovered. Why do I feel like it's this part right here? Because can't she really see anything? Let's try it out. We're standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. I need a big old hint because I have nothing at all. Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter contained. Geiru was to perform her balloon act. Then Toniedo was to do his soba routine, and finally Master Toniedo was to perform time soba. Found the deed. Like, I want to do this without the hint. Okay, so around the time of the murder, Geiru and Simon were hanging out just outside the dressing room. Okay. Guess I'm going to have to find a flaw in there somehow if I... I don't know what I'm thinking right now. Nope, we're not going anywhere with this. We're not going anywhere with this. We're losing a strike. Let's see, what is it I'm supposed to find? Because really, I have nothing. There's nothing that gives me any hints that I can think of. I'm really an idiot right now. So what am I supposed to press right now? Case 5, case 4. Case 4. Huh? So there's... Oh, what the heck? Big ol' spoiler alert right now. Okay, we're going straight into it, I guess. So let's see. Sheesh. Witness Geiru Toniedo. Statement 4. Press statement 4, updated. Statement 4, backstage diagram. We had the right idea, but not the freaking... I had the right idea, but it wasn't going anywhere. I'm really an idiot today. So you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard? Is that correct? That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open. Sorry, but that makes 0 sense. Take a look at this ground in the backstage area. There's a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness testimony. Oh? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Next up is that we're supposed to click this. Alright, let's go. Click the bottom door. This is the bottom door? No, you idiot! Freaking! You're a freaking idiot! I did not mean to press that! I was just sliding my freaking finger! Jesus Christ! I was just moving my finger, what the heck? Great! I did not mean that! Take that! Geiru was in the yard was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open. Oh, I see. Yes, and the door to the yard was wide open, and as Geiru said, it would have been blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room. What? No way! But even if there were admittedly a few moments Geiru was not keeping watch, how much would that really affect this case? It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwood stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Geiru, why did you try to hide the fact that you were watching the fence dressing room? What? Objection! Hide the fact. You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight, right, witness? Well, I... so shocked by what happened, I was just confused, that's all. Even though she is trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul as the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed. But I wasn't! That wasn't what I was trying to do! It is beyond your comprehension, defense. Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. Scarring. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I am sure they would agree. What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this?
Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you, or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now, with that keen sense of hearing you are so proud of. No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with the prosecutor's Samadhi? The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here, fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once! But I can't give up. I have to. I have to keep pressing on.
Oops, my bad. As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell and Geiru's testimonies. Huh. Even now, you would continue to resist. You are childish in defeat as well, I see. I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started. Despite your posturing, it is not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment. With but little push, you could surely succumb to despair. A little push such as this piece of conclusive evidence. Conclusive evidence, huh? That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wet. Look at these Japanese playing cards, known as karuta, lined up at the table. The special English version of a karuta card spelled out message. Wet number 4. How? You mean wet noodle number 4? Yes, wet noodle number 4 as a 4th head chef of the Wet Soba is also known. The message points to none other than the accused Bucky Wet. No! That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh no, this is really, really bad. What do I do? What do I do? Crimes report updated in the court record. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of the irrefutable evidence? You can say whatever you want, but we won't know until we... It is cruel to give the accused false hope. You will only compound his suffering. Wise people of the courtroom, do you not agree? What? But I'm trying to prove Mr. Wet's innocence here. I know you can hear them, defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused's soul. It is time for you to let it go. Oh, great. You experienced lawyer. You lack the competence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own? Now, defense, leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence!
Blackwell? He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial of Theta. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man. Simon! And you fat Bob Doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn this trial around. The mood in this courtroom is starting to change. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing on the defense's bench? Huh, I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to the spring chick and lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I will quite cross. You voluntarily stand the side of impurity and sin? Truly, what a fool you are. To think you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Whatever happened to the qualified and capable Athena?
I just let my guard down, a little bit, but it won't happen again.
Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle.
I'm not girding up anything in this skirt, but I am ready to get serious.
It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down into hell. It's basically white and black, good versus evil. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest. Ah, but the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. A white and black reverse panda, that is. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule.
A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackquill. After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life.
Who are you calling a panda?
Sorry.
I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Geiru, thank you for your service. You may step down now.
Okie dokie. Bye bye, Balloon. Does everything have to be about balloons with her?
Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify at the Karuta cards. And who is this witness this time? The first to discover the body and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Toniedo. The time has come for the ponytail pair over there to finally let it go and move on. And with that, we'll be ending today's episode right here, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is really a terrible episode with my performance back there, but make sure you hit that like button and comment performance. If you're new, very like to see, click subscribe, and the Struggles X TV, and I'm signing out.